Hi, everybody. I'm just going to take a couple minutes to let people jump in. Sorry, I have a cold. I've been fighting this cold for almost 2 weeks now. It's a wicked one that's going around, and I'm using my oils, and they're certainly supporting me, but I can't seem to shake it. So if I have a bit of a cough, I've got a drink. I'll grab a drink. Hi, how are ya? Nice to see people jumping on. I'm going to talk about the 3 biggest mistakes new builders make, but I'm just going to take a couple minutes to let people jump in, and so that they don't kind of miss the beginning. I'm not sure where everybody's from. Where I am, we have a ton of snow, and it is extremely cold. It's really making me want to hibernate and question why I live where I live. I'm not a winter person. Never have been. Hi, Denise. Hi, Sandra. So I struggle with winter every year. And I can tell you one of the things that I love about my doTERRA business is that I get to spend quite a bit of time at home in my office supporting my builders and my customers. And if it's a really nasty day out there, I don't have to get all dressed up. Hi, Luann, St. George, Utah. I am heading in your direction for the Shutavy training that's happening the first week in January. And I am super excited about that. I went when I was a brand new builder. When I hit Elite, I got an invitation to attend Elite Retreat that the Shutavies put on in Salt Lake City. And I jumped on that opportunity and I went, and it was a game changer. I mean, they are amazing business trainers. If you are looking for business training, I highly, highly recommend that you sign up for the Oil Life email, because Oil Life is their company, and it's they do a lot of supplies for essential oils, but they do training there, and it's really inexpensive. I'm going next week for a diamond and above training, but they have it for all levels. And I think it's costing me like $150 for 2 days of training. And Elite Retreat was around that. It might even have been less expensive. But it is jam-packed with business training. So if you ever see Elise or Patrick Shutavy offering a training, guys, I highly, highly recommend that you jump on it, because it's a game changer. And I am super excited about going back to Utah next week. Yeah, I guess it's next week. Oh my gosh. And getting like filled up with business training again. So I'm going to get started. We'll probably have some people jump in, but that's totally cool. I wanted to talk today about the 3 biggest mistakes that new builders make. And I want you to know right off the bat, this isn't coming from a place of judgment, guys. These are mistakes that I made. And, you know, I see my builders making the same mistakes, and I really try to kind of nip it in the bud and share with them why these aren't good ideas, or how to kind of move past some of them, because doing these things definitely stalled my business in the beginning. And you know, when you're starting out, there's nothing more frustrating than feeling like you're working and nothing's happening. So I hope that this is useful. I hope that some of these reasons or mistakes maybe sound familiar to you guys, and you recognize them as maybe something that you need to work on and change in 2018. We're coming up to a brand new year. Now's the time to make some business resolutions, and you know, just pick one. You don't have to pick all 3. Just pick one and work on it, and you will see a difference. So the 3 things that I want to talk about are, number 1, treating your doTERRA business like a hobby. Number 2, building your business in the closet. And number 3, not supporting your customers when you start out. So I'm going to go into those in more detail, but those are the 3 common mistakes that I see people making over and over and over again. So let's start with treating your business like a hobby. You know, quite often when people are starting out, they're hesitant to go all in and declare that this is something that they're doing. They kind of want to wait to see if it's going to work out, and then they're going to tell everybody. So that's a mistake, guys. You know what? If you're not taking your doTERRA business seriously, then nobody around you is going to take you seriously, right? You're going to put that energy out of, you know, I kind of want to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. And I don't know about you, but if I walked into, you know, let's say I walked into a furniture store and I wanted to buy a couch, and the salesperson was showing me things and kind of saying, I don't know, I kind of like this one. I don't know if it's going to be comfortable. You know, I don't know if this is something you're going to like. I'm not going to buy from that person, right? I'm going to be like, wow, you're really doing a great job at telling me why this is for me. So don't do that. Watch your energy. Like, you're doing this business for a reason. You need to focus on the reason, and you need to share that reason with people. And everyone's reason is different, and that's totally fine. It's totally fine. Your reason is going to attract people to you. And if your reason doesn't resonate with them, they're going to find someone else in doTERRA that's going to help them. It's okay. There are millions of people in this country and in this world that we have to draw from. So we don't have to attract and resonate with everybody. You know, I want you to think about, if I walked up to you today and I said, you know, look, I have a job for you. And in the beginning, you're not going to make very much money. You're going to work and you're not going to make very much money. But if you stick with it, and if you get better, and if you practice and you learn, in 2 to 3 years, you could be making a 6-figure salary. How does that sound to you? You'd be interested, right? I would think you'd be interested. That's what doTERRA is, right? And if I said that to you and you said, yeah, I want to do it, would you show up on your first day and say, you know what, I'm just going to see how this goes. I'm just going to see how it goes, and maybe in 2 years, I'll be making, you know, $100,000 a year. No, you wouldn't. You would be like, what do I need to do? Teach me. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me what I need to get good at. I want to make that salary, right? I want to make that money. So you have to think of doTERRA as a job. It is a business. And one of the things, you know, our startup costs are so low. I mean, essentially a home essentials kit and a modern essentials book, and you're good to go. It's almost a detriment because people don't feel invested sometimes. So they don't take it seriously. But if you change that mindset and you think about this as a business and you treat it as a business, and your own business, by the way, guys, you're all entrepreneurs. This is your baby. If you think about it that way, your energy is different. And when you're talking to people about your business instead of your hobby, they're going to respond to you differently. They're going to take you seriously. They're going to want to be your customer, because one of the things they're wondering is she going to stick with this? Like, am I going to sign up as her customer and then 2 months down the road, she's not going to be doing it anymore, and then I'm kind of high and dry? So you have to give people the confidence that you take it seriously and that you're going to be there for them. If you talk about it like it's a hobby and something you're just going to see how it goes, it's a totally different vibe, and people aren't going to want to jump in with you. So some ways that you can do this: set up an office space in your house. You don't have to have a room to have an office, guys. It could be your dining room table. It could be, you know, a little corner somewhere. But make sure that you have, you know, a computer or a laptop or an iPad or something that you can do your work on. Have a little vision board there to motivate yourself. Have your business cards there. Have your, you know, your rank planner there. Have things there that are going to support you in being a professional person. Structure time for your business. And whatever that looks like for you. If you have 20 hours a week to spend on doTERRA, that's amazing. But don't spend 15 of those hours on Facebook and five of them teaching one class, right? You want to focus your activities on income producing activities. So you want to be structuring classes. You want to be teaching classes. You want to be following up with customers, but put that in your calendar, because I don't know about you, but if you're not working full time, you feel like you have all the time in the world, And sometimes nothing gets done when you have all the time in the world. This is something that I struggled with. And so I need to realize I don't have all the time in the world, and I need to structure my week. So, I'm going to decide how many hours a week I'm going to spend on doTERRA, and then I'm going to decide when those hours are going to happen, and I'm going to put them in my calendar, and they're non-negotiable. So, if I have time in my calendar and somebody wants me to go for lunch, and that's my doTERRA time, I'm not going to schedule that lunch. I'm going to tell them I'm working. I'm building my business then, but I'd love to do lunch the next day or whenever it works, right? That sends two messages. It sends a message to me that what I'm doing is important, and it sends a message to my friends and family that I take this business seriously. When you have your structured time, make sure that you have a list of 1 to 3 things you want to get accomplished in that time. Okay, so just a little more structure. And you decide what those things are. Maybe you're going to spend your 3 hours learning how to use Canva. Or maybe you're going to spend an hour watching a YouTube training video or 2. And then maybe you're going to be on the phone reaching out and trying to get some classes booked. And then maybe the rest of the time you're going to have a mentor call with your builder. Whatever that looks like for you guys, just have some structure. So structure your time and then have a goal for what you're going to get done during that time. And don't make it crazy. Like, don't set goals that you can't do. Make it achievable. Make it something that you can do in that amount of time. The other thing you need to make time for is educating yourself. Okay, especially if you're a new builder. YouTube is an amazing resource. There are a lot of great leaders that have training videos from basic all the way through to advanced on YouTube. They're all free. All you have to do is search doTERRA, search what you're looking for, use your keywords and find training videos. You can add them to a playlist, so you can create a playlist. I have one for my builders. When I find a great video that I know will help a new builder, I add it to my builder playlist. I have one for myself where there are things that I want to learn, and maybe I don't have time to watch it right at that very moment. I'll add it to a playlist. So use YouTube. It's an amazing free resource. You can structure your videos. You can save them. Another great thing is podcasts. You can get all kinds of free podcasts on iTunes if you have an iPhone. Download them to your phone. They're 10 or 15 minutes, most of them. Some are longer. And listen to it when you're running an errand. When you're going to get your groceries, listen to a podcast on the way or on the way back. Anytime you're in the car, pop in a podcast. MLM Nation is a great one. There are lots and lots of free, great podcasts to help you to learn business skills and for self-development. And then the last thing I want to talk about in terms of not treating your business like a hobby is please, please, please don't share your membership discount with people. Don't order through your membership because it totally devalues the wholesale membership, right? If everybody's just going to let everybody order through their own membership, why would anyone sign up as a customer with you? You're basically telling them that they don't need to spend the $35 or $42 to get a membership because you'll just order for them. Now that seems like a favor to a lot of people. A lot of new builders think, I'm just going to let them get the wholesale discount because then they'll be hooked and then they'll sign up as a member. That doesn't happen. They just expect you to keep ordering through your account. They don't want to spend the money if they don't have to. So you're actually doing them a bit of a disservice. You are devaluing your business because you're saying, I'm selling this, but I'm not going to charge you for it. What message does that send? And then you're also, by the way, guys, you are preventing them from signing up on LRP and getting free product. When I teach a class and I have somebody at the class that says, oh, it's okay, I just order through my friend's account. I say, you know what? Your friend's getting lots of free product on your orders that you could be getting yourself. And they're kind of like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we have a program where your friend's ordering and getting points and they're trading it for free product. Don't you want to get your own free product? And then they're like, okay, well, tell me about this. What do you mean my friend's getting free stuff on my orders? It's like, sorry to out your friend, but it's true, right? Like maybe they're not such a great friend. Maybe they didn't realize, but in all likelihood, they're getting free stuff from your order. So let's talk about setting up your membership, and let's talk about how you can get free product. If you're already using doTERRA membership, it makes total sense because you're already buying the product. You're just not getting the benefit. Okay. So, you also, by the way, that person that you're ordering from could sign up tomorrow with someone else and you lose them forever as a customer. So please, please, please don't order things for people on your account. If somebody wants to try one oil, I send them to my retail website because that is how doTERRA works. You either purchase retail or you purchase a membership. There's no in between, guys. Don't create this in between space where people get confused. Okay, sorry, that's my little rant. This is a big deal, and it's something I talk to my builders about because they think they're doing people a favor and they're actually hurting themselves and hurting their potential customer. Okay, point number 2, don't build your business in the closet. I did this. I totally did this. I felt like, how could, if I was an elite and I wasn't really making any money yet, how could I tell people this was an amazing business and they should jump in, right? I didn't have the confidence in the business model yet. I can tell you now that I wish I would have shared with everybody what my vision was, right? And was I making a ton of money when I started? No, I wasn't. But I understood the business model, and I knew if I stuck with it, that I would make the money. Hi, Jane Pride from Aruba. I am so jealous. Do you know how cold and snowy it is here? Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, yeah, so I honestly wish instead of saying, I'm not making any money yet, but it's great, I would have told them, like, my upline in 2 years is a blue diamond and is making X amount of money a month. And I'm on track to get there. Am I there yet? No, but I know what to do to get there, and I'm going to do it. That's what I wish I would have said instead of waiting until, I was like a silver before I really started talking about the business to people, because then it was real for me. But that was a mistake. I knew that I would make it. I knew if I taught classes and I treated my customers right and I structured properly, I knew that I would have the income. And I wish I would have shared my vision instead of where I was at that moment in time, because I would have had a lot more builders earlier and I would have hit my ranks sooner. And by the way, I would have had a lot more people underneath me making a lot more money. So again, it was kind of a disservice to not just share my vision for the business. When people ask you what's new, do you tell them about doTERRA? Or do you do the usual, nothing, not much is happening. I'm a little nervous. I don't really know what to say. Okay, stop that. What you need to do is have a little elevator speech. And an elevator speech is like a 2-minute response to that question, what do you do? And you don't want your elevator speech to be, I sell essential oils, okay? You want your elevator speech to be something that is going to intrigue them and make them ask, tell me more about that. Because if you start with, I sell essential oils, they're going to shut right down, because now they're going to be like, oh crap, she's going to try to sell me something. I'm not going to ask any more questions. I don't want to know any more about that. So you can say something. So my elevator speech, if someone asks me, I tell them that I lead an amazing team of motivated people across the globe, changing the world one drop at a time with essential oils. And then they usually will say something like, well, like, what does that look like? What do you do? And then I can go more into, I teach free classes. I teach people how to change, how to use essential oils for natural health care. I mentor people across the world who want to do the same thing that I do. It's amazing. I love it. So I don't start with the selling, right? I'm just start with what I love about this business, and that is leading my team and mentoring. And then I get into it a little bit more. So, when somebody asks you what's new, let them know. It can be as simple as, oh my gosh, I started this amazing business. I'm using doTERRA essential oils. My family loves them. My friends love them. I teach free classes if you're interested. It could even be something like that. But please don't say nothing. Let them know what you're doing. Be excited, have energy, be proud of what you're doing. This company is amazing. The products are amazing. There's absolutely no reason to have any kind of weird energy around selling doTERRA. It's really in how you think about it and the words that you use when you share it with people. And just talk about the business with friends and customers. Don't be afraid to mention the business at classes. Now, I don't go into a lot of talk about the business at class, but I do at the end of the class. You can say something as simple as, if you've been sitting here and you think that, you're kind of curious about what I do, or you think that you would like to do what I do, then come and have a chat with me and see if maybe doTERRA is something that you're interested in. You don't want to make it sound like they're going to get sucked into some kind of sales presentation. You don't want it to sound like there's pressure, but you do want to invite them. You do want to let them know. And even if they're not ready then, because a lot of customers aren't, right? They're just starting out. If they're not ready then, when they fall in love with the product, that will come back to them and they will remember, oh yeah, she said if I wanted to learn about the business, I could ask her. And then they'll reach out and say, okay, I think I might want to do this as a business. What does that look like? If you don't make that invitation, they may not reach out. And what a shame. What a shame to have somebody who is potentially interested in joining your team as a builder, but they don't know that you're open to them asking. Okay. Marlene, I've been doing doTERRA about 2.5 years now. I started, about 2.5 years ago. And I've made all the mistakes, so that's why I want to share. Don't do what I do, essentially. And if you're feeling kind of nervous about offering the business opportunity to people, I mentioned when we're first starting out, there's maybe not 100% trust that it's actually real. So let me tell you, because when I started out, guys, I wasn't sure if it was real. I mean, I understood the mechanics of the compensation plan and I knew that the products worked and I was 100%, 1,000% in love with the products. But I didn't know if I could achieve Diamond. And so when I started out, I never made Diamond as a goal. I just made my next rank as a goal. Hi, Kathy Baker, my sister. I love you. I just went to the next. I'm like, okay, I'm starting out. I can do elite because I know that if I teach 5 or 6 classes in a month, there's a likelihood that I could be elite that month. So that felt achievable to me. And so that's what I focused on. And then when I was an elite, I was like, okay, I think I can do Premier. I know what I'm doing. It's really just more classes and structure. So I think I can do that. And I did that step by step all the way to Diamond. And as I got closer and closer to Diamond, my belief in the opportunity just, of course, solidified because I was actually doing it. But there's nothing special about me. All I did was teach classes. I educated myself about how to structure. I talked about the business, not as soon as I should have, way too late, but I did do it. Marlene, I did classes in my home or in other people's homes. I've only ever taught one Facebook Live class. To me, it's really difficult to engage with people online. So I like to do more face-to-face. But I did open my home and I taught classes for other people. So I did eventually, my belief now in this opportunity is 1,000% because I've done it, and I've done it very simply by teaching classes, supporting my customers, talking about the business, and then, helping people who wanted to do the business do what I did. This isn't rocket science. It's actually super simple. We complicate it when we don't need to. It's super simple. So now that I'm where I'm at, I talk about the business way sooner because I want everybody under me that's joined me in this business to be a diamond. I want them to have the gratification of achieving this goal. I want them to have the financial freedom that is completely real with doTERRA. I want them to have the time freedom that comes with financial freedom. I just want everybody to do this, because when you solidify that rank and you have that financial freedom, the world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want. And I look at my builders who are working their butts off and aren't getting paid what they should be getting paid for yet, but it's coming. And I want that for all of them. And I want them all to have what I have. And so, if you're nervous about talking about the business to people, what I would say to you is, how are you going to feel when you're a diamond and your family and friends are looking at you and you have this amazing lifestyle? You have an amazing business. You have financial freedom, time freedom. How are you going to feel if one of them says to you, like, why didn't you tell me about this? I could have been where you're at right now, right? What are you going to say to them? How are you going to feel? Well, I wasn't sure if it was going to work. Well, you thought it was, you did it, right? You did it yourself. So try to get over that. I'm not successful yet, so I can't talk about the business. Share your vision, bring people along with you. I honestly wish I would have had my sisters as my front line and have them be making this amazing money. I wish I would have done that. But I didn't, because I was nervous about talking about the business until I was successful. And I was building in the closet until I was successful. And it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Now I have family members in my organization now. They're not on my front line. They're down a step or two. But I know that they will eventually have what I have. But I wish I would have talked to them about it sooner so that they could have had it sooner. Okay. So that's building in the closet. Then the last thing I want to talk about is not supporting customers. I made this mistake and I regret it. One of the things, when I started out, I was so excited about teaching classes that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to teach classes and enroll people, which was great. But some of the people I enrolled, I didn't support properly and I lost them. And I feel so bad about that, because for my business, that wasn't good. But mostly I feel bad for them because I didn't support them enough to actually make doTERRA part of their lifestyle. And I know that when people make doTERRA part of their lifestyle, their life improves. And I gypped those people of that. And I feel bad about that. So, one thing you can do that please right off the bat is to do membership overviews. Now, some people will not do this, guys. I get that. But there are a couple things you can do to increase your chances, okay? So a membership overview is where after they get their oils, you either meet with them or have a phone conversation or a Zoom meeting with them to go over the oils they have and how they're going to use them and how they're going to support their own health goals, and to talk about LRP and explain LRP and to teach them how to order. Okay? Those are the 3 things you want to do with a membership overview. Now, sometimes if you don't talk about this when the person enrolls at the class, they put you off because they feel like, oh my gosh, she's just going to come and try to sell me something else. And so they will not take you up on your offer. So when somebody enrolls at a class, I let them know right then that the next step is their membership overview. And I let them know, listen, this is a lot of information, okay? I want to sit down with you. I want to go through all the oils in your kit or whatever you ordered, and we're going to make a plan so that you know how to use them. We're going to talk about your health goals, and we're going to talk about how the oils that you have are going to support their health goals. We're going to sit down and I'm going to show you how to order on the computer, because you are in complete control of when you order and what you order. Okay. So they know the purpose of this meeting. So then when I set it up, and you can even set it up right at the class, pull out your calendar and say, let's set up a date next week or 2 weeks from now, and we'll get together and we'll do this. So talking about it at the class, setting it up at the class if you can is ideal, because then it's in the calendar. They're not afraid. They understand what the purpose is, and they're going to meet with you. So membership overview, they have their beautiful guide that comes with their kit. You want to go through all the oils again and make sure that they know how to use them. So I like to start with, what are your 3 health goals? And then, okay, so these are the oils that are going to support those health goals, and this is how you're going to use them. So I actually sketch out a little plan. If you have digestive issues, then you're going to do 2 drops of Digest-Zen in a glass of water and sip on it after supper every night. And so I'll write that out. Evening, 2 drops Digest-Zen in water. If I've talked to them about headache, peppermint on the back of the neck as needed. So I actually kind of write out a little schedule for them. And then there are going to be products that they need that they didn't get in their kit, right? So that's when you talk about other things and help them to create a wish list of other things that they need to support their health goals. That naturally leads into talking about LRP, because if they have a wish list of things they're going to order, now you want to talk about, okay, how are you going to order those things? You have 2 choices, right? You can do a standard order, or you can do a loyalty rewards order, and you're going to tell them the difference. It's their choice. You're not going to push them into one or the other. You're just going to educate them. If you educate them about loyalty rewards and how easy it is, how there's no dollar limit like that they have to spend. They have to order 1 product a month. As long as it has some PV attached, they've satisfied the qualifications to get their shipping back. And then you want to tell them, if it's over 50, you're going to get points. This is how that works. You have to really understand how loyalty rewards works, and you have to be able to explain it very simply. You don't want them to get completely confused, because they're going to shut down. Okay, so make it really easy. 1 product a month. It's free to get in. It's free to get out. At the very least, they get their shipping back. If they order 50 points or more, they're going to start getting points back, and those points will grow over time. That percentage will go from 10 to 30% over time, and they can trade those points in for a free product anytime they want. So keep it simple, but show them the benefits. Okay, so you've talked about their goals, you've talked about the products they have to meet their goals, you've talked about their wish list of things they want to add. LRP makes sense at this point, right? As long as they have a couple items to order, LRP makes sense, and tell them, look, do it for 2 months, and then if you want to opt out, opt out. Totally cool. At the very least, you're getting your shipping back. And then you're going to sit down and you're actually going to go on their computer or laptop and you're going to set up their order. Now, if they're not ready at that point, that's okay. What I do is I create a one-time order so that they can see the process. They can see how to add items. They can see how to, where all the information is, where to find the items, that they can just type it in if they know what it is, or they can browse. So I do a little tutorial on how to order, and then I just delete that one-time order at the end. Okay, so they know how to order, and then I say, listen, when you're ready, you're either going to click on the LRP and do that exact same process, or you're going to click on the one-time order and do that exact same process. Whenever you're ready, that's how you order. So the benefits of doing this with people, obviously, if you can get them on loyalty rewards and they start to get those points back, they understand the benefits of the program. And if they love loyalty rewards, that is the lifeblood of our business. Okay. If you're enrolling people every month and nobody goes on loyalty rewards, you are completely having to replace all of those customers every month. So teaching people about loyalty rewards is going to build volume every month. That's how you are going to, hit your next rank and stay there, is all of the LRP orders in your organization. And then anytime you enroll new people, that helps you to get to the next rank. So you have to get good at teaching loyalty rewards. You have to get good at explaining it. And you want to, as much as you can, set up that membership overview with people. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it a wellness consult. You can call it a membership overview. It really doesn't matter. But forewarning people that it's going to happen and just making it the natural next step in their membership is important. If you don't talk about that and then you call them afterwards, they're going to push back a little bit. And you have to understand it to be able to explain it. And you have to be able to explain it so people can understand it and not get overwhelmed. So if you don't understand loyalty rewards backwards and forwards, that's your first homework project, is to watch videos, understand it, write out a little script that takes 2 minutes, guys. It should take you 2 minutes to explain loyalty rewards, okay? Write it out, memorize it, practice it in the mirror. Don't feel goofy, get good at it. Because that, more than anything, is going to propel your business forward. If you're enrolling people and they're not ordering again, it's a hole in your bucket that you're constantly trying to fill. Loyalty rewards plugs that bucket and starts to fill the bucket up with volume, starts to solidify your rank and your business. So get good at it. And then the last thing is educating your customers. So once they have that kit, and they're on loyalty rewards, you need to help them with ideas of what they can order. And the only way to do that is to educate them about products that aren't in the kit. So you can do this however you want. Facebook classes are great. You can do classes other than 101. So I would say 98% of the classes I teach are Essential Oil 101, right? But what I like to do is just do a specialty class. Maybe you want to talk about oils for moms and babies. Maybe you want to talk about cooking with oils. Maybe you want to talk about oils and athletes. So those are classes that you're not going to teach for a first class because people need the basics for a first class. But those are great classes to do in your Facebook page for your customers or in your home and invite your customers to educate them about other oils and other products and new ways to use their oils. So if you've taught them the benefits of LRP and you're educating them about different products that they want to order, you are going to have people who actually change their lifestyle to doTERRA, who always have a wish list and therefore stay on LRP. Okay? You need to kind of connect the dots for them. One thing that I did in my group that went over really big, actually, and it was just kind of something I thought of, was I did a video series. So once a week, I jumped in and I talked about an oil that was under $20 or a product. They weren't always oils. Sometimes, like I talked about the toothpaste. I talked about the all-purpose cleaner. So I called the series 21 products under $20, and I did a different video every week. So I wasn't focusing on trying to sell them the most expensive oil that we have. I was actually focusing on people who were budget conscious and letting them know that we have over 20 products that cost less than $20. So, for example, all-purpose cleaner. So I would talk about what it is, what's in it, how to use it, the benefits of it. And then the next week I would talk about lemon oil or wild orange or, another product. So I kind of mixed it up between oils and products, but I did a little video and they were literally a 4-minute video. But people loved it. People loved it because they wanted to learn about it. And it was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I didn't know about the toothpaste. I've seen it on the order form. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know if it was worth ordering. And so that's just one idea. You could take, you could do like the On Guard series and each week do a different On Guard product and talk about it. So educate. It doesn't have to be like a huge deal. You don't need a big script. You don't need a big production. Just jump in and spend 3 or 4 minutes talking about a product that you love and how you use it. And that's what people want to learn. They're following you. They joined with you for a reason. So share what you love about that product. And I mean, you can do make and takes too. That's another thing I don't really do as a class, but I've done customer appreciation events where, you know, we did bath bombs and sugar scrubs and, you know, like a spa theme. And I just invited all my customers and, you know, I said, come and do this. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to give you recipes. And it's real, and it's only for my customers, guys. This is something that I'm doing just to show you appreciation for being my customer. But I had oils there that were not in the top 10. And I had the pre-made sugar scrub and the pre-made body butter so that people could try them. The detoxification mask. So we did a DIY, but I also had the products that doTERRA sells, and because not everybody wants to make their own stuff. And they could come and they could try that. So just lots and lots of ideas. Be creative. This is your business. You get to choose how you interact with your customers. But what you want to do is you want to serve them, right? You don't want to just enroll them and say, here you go. Here's how to order. But I'm not really going to help you understand any of the other products. So, you know, people aren't going to order things that they're not sure are going to work or they don't know how they're going to use. So education is key. Make it fun. You know, just have some fun with it and try things. You know what? Try something. If it doesn't work, well, I'm not going to do that again. I mean, I've done that. I've tried things and it was like, well, that was a big fat fail. So that doesn't work for my group. And, you know, then I'll try something and it's like, oh, they loved it. Like that little series about things under $20. I had no idea if that was going to fly, and they loved it. So it's like, okay, my people like live videos, and you know, they don't like this, and that's okay. You'll learn as you go. So support your customers, educate them, let them know where to buy Modern Essentials books. Let them know that there's a Modern Essentials app that they can have on their phone. Help them to find products that they need and they want to try. Okay, so that's it. Those are my three errors that I made and that I see a lot of new builders making. And I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I will go through the comments and respond if there's anything that requires a response. This video will be available on the website. All of the live videos are saved, so you know, feel free to share it. You won't be able to share it with people outside of the group. And really, guys, this is for you. You guys are my people. You know what? Other people can find some other person to help them. I'm here for you. So if you want to share tidbits of this with your younger builders, of course you can. I encourage you to just, you know, maybe make some notes and jump in and do your own live video for your builders, for your people. You know, step out of that box a little bit and be their resource. I have no issue with you sharing what I shared. Just do it on your own. And I will answer questions anyway. So I'm going to jump off. I've been going on for quite a while. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, I will try to stay warm, Carolyn. It's awful cold out there. And thanks, guys. Thanks for jumping in. I'm not sure what's happening next Friday, but I'm going to line up a speaker for you. And we'll have another juicy topic for you, okay? All right. Thank you so much.